guys, and welcome back to another video on my channel. My name is Sammi. Today we're going to be talking about books, and without any further ado, let's get into the video. So the first book I wanted to talk about is this one, The Innocent Wife by Amy Lloyd. This book is a psychological thriller, and I want to say this, trigger warning. This book does touch on subjects that are very violent, very gruesome, very horrifying. So if you're sensitive to anything like that, please don't go through the pain of reading it. However, it is an incredible book. The storyline is incredible. I enjoyed it a lot. So this girl, her name is Sam. She's from the UK in England. She works as a teacher, has this partner who doesn't really give a fuck about her, ghosts her, and she is now sad and lonely because that was her man. Like, you know what I'm saying? They've been together for a while, and they used to live together as well. So that's crazy that he would ghost her like that. And then eventually she comes across this documentary about this guy who's done so many gruesome things against women, or at least he's being accused of. But she's somehow swayed into believing he's not done any of the crimes he's being accused of because because of the people that were talking about the whole documentary. She gets so swayed to a point where she starts sending letters to this person in prison. They start talking. She meets with a girl who's doing the documentary or is working on the second documentary. She flies out to the US to go meet this man in prison. And that's not the best part. The worst part is that she gets married to this man, still unsure of the fact that he committed those crimes or not. This man is still in prison, by the way. She gets married to him. This is why you don't listen to your intrusive thoughts. That's why you don't do that. You don't listen. You don't make impulsive decisions. You don't talk to a man who's in prison, who's been accused of things that are gruesome against women, crimes against women. I'm not judging. I'm listening, and I'm not judging. But I'm just confused. The logic must go. You know what I'm saying? The logic. However, the story gets crazier from there because he does come out of jail, but the things that happen after that, I don't know. One chapter you're like, maybe he did it, and then you're like, nah, he didn't do it. He couldn't have done it. But then you're like, but he did. Like, it's insane. It's an insane trip. Okay, this book is insane. Like, it is so good. It's such a good book. I'm such a fan of a writer that is able to keep you on your toes all the time. Whether it's a film, whether it's a book, whether it's a poem, I want to be on my toes. Okay, I want to be on my toes. Second book is this book. It's called The Loves and Miracles of Crystal Lazarus book. I love this book so much. I don't think I've ever read anything like it. It is so nice. I think I love dramas. I like psychological thrillers. That goes without saying. But I love dramas as well. This book is so good. It's by Hilary Prendini Toffoli. I hope I said her surname right. I know it's Italian, but I don't know Italian. And there's some Italian phrases, but obviously there's translation underneath them. So, you know, like, this book is about a young man, but it starts off as him being a boy growing up in the village with his grandfather, and basically his life as a child. He grows up to be a fine, an Italian stallion. And no, he become a fine man. He becomes a fine young man who ends up in South Africa because Italian young men to come work in the trains. So he was one of those men. It's a fictional book, but it's based off of that fact. That is a real fact. He happens to be one of those guys, and guys, he meets this girl on the ship. I don't like romance, but I love the romance in this book. And mind you, this lady is a journalist. Like, this is her first book, her first novel, I think. And she ate down. So he meets this girl, this Cape Malayan girl. He falls in love with her for a little bit. And then, but because she's Cape Malayan, he's Italian. So he can't, during the apartheid, people couldn't have like mixed race relationships. It was against the law. So they had to keep it a secret. It was a whole thing. And then when he was in Hillbrow, and there was a part where there's a part where he sees Miriam Makeba. And they describe her beauty, and I'm like, yes, somebody finally explains the way I see Miriam Makeba, dude. Like, anyway, this book is insane. It follows this man in his little adventures around South Africa, meeting his biological father, who's now married and lives on a farm in Cape Town. He moves to Cape Town, and then eventually, and yeah, things get weird. He gets back to Italy and he finds that her cousin has been in this like abusive relationship. Like it's a whole thing, dude. Like this book, I can't even give you a synopsis of it. Like it's a good book. It's such a good book. See, these are really like very beaten around the bush description of these stories, but I'm really bad at explaining things. I'm really bad at explaining things. However, you really need to read these books, and I'll try to. Anyway, guys, these are my top 2 favorite books that I've read in the past 2 years. I really enjoyed these books so much, and I recommend them to anybody who loves reading and who loves a good story. These are good stories. My reading wish list includes My Year of Relaxation, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I've been wanting to read this book for a really long time, but I'm actually gonna get it this time. I also want to read. Honestly, I tried to read Honey and Spice. I don't know. I don't like it's well written. Like it's well written. The storyline is there. I wasn't feeling it, me personally. But it's a very good like storyline. A book that I really want to read is Frankenstein, Cleopatra and Frankenstein. I've started reading it a little bit. I need to be consistent on it. It's really nice. I'm just so lazy to read, but I love this book. It's so nice. It's The Alternate Side by Anna Quindlen. It's based in New York, and I've never been to New York, but anything that's based in New York, because I have a romanticized idea of it, I'll read. Thank you. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on my next video.